Over the June Paper Pumpkin kit. Life is sweet. It sure is, isn't it? What a fun kit this was. I'm going to start out with talking about the 3 samples. I'll go through a few tips with you along the way, and then I'll show you a bunch of alternates. So this is the kit as designed. I love that this kit showcases the pretty new 2024-2026 in colors. So here's one of the cards. And these I created just as they were designed for the kit. I love that the envelopes coordinate with the cards. So that's the peachy one, peach pie and pretty in pink. And then we have Summer Splash and Shy Shamrock. Now here's a little tip for you. When you're stamping these smaller banners, leave them in the negative and stamp them inside. That way they won't move around on you and you'll get them a little bit straighter. I love this vellum and the overlay here for the frame. And then the little peaches are adorable. Love how this one just all comes together. It's very nicely color coordinated. And then here is the last one as designed. And again, if you leave that in the holder, it's easier to stamp. Okay, now one thing about these cards, with the exception of the pretty and pink one, you've got a background on the cover too. So something that you could do if you want to double down on your kits is go ahead and cut these in half and then glue them to a basic white piece or one of the in-color pieces. So that's a way to kind of get more. The pink one is not like that. The pink one's got a little white border on it and it's white on the back, so you won't be able to double down on that one. But you can do that with the other ones if you want to, and you'll see how I have done that. Okay, so this month we got this cute little stamp set and lots of sentiments, and this one coordinates with the Thanks and Beyond dies that were part of the quarterly dies for the April, May, and June Paper Pumpkin, so that's cool. And then some really great sentiments. I love this one. Life is so much sweeter with friends like you. So this is cool. And then, oh my gosh, I was really excited to get this. We got a Shy Shamrock spot. And I like to mark mine with a little bit of the cardstock on the back, but you can also take a black Sharpie or a blend and write the name of the color on the back, whatever works for you. I like to, and I haven't opened this one yet because I used my Shy Shamrock pad. So let me show you how I do that. I like to just lift one side of the label so that I leave the back attached so that it stays, the lid stays attached and it's not lost. So if you just take some paper snips or something like that to cut it, and then you can just open it. And then, of course, these need to be stored upside down, away from direct sunlight, not too cold, not too hot. Okay, so I think those are my tips. Seems like there was something else. Maybe as I go through these cards, I will have a little more information for you. Okay, so I love that we got this cover now, and I just throw these in one of those cello envelopes. And so there's that. All right, let's start looking at my alternates. All right, so here's one. This is the pretty and pink one. And you can see here that I stamped the thanks and then I die cut it. And then here is the butterfly from, and I just die cut that in pretty and pink. And I actually cut it out of this, and it's hidden because I put this die on top of it. So I used the paper here, and then I've used just this basic white. And these are the dies for the quarterly dies for April, May, and June. They're called Thanks and Beyond. Let me just open them up really cute. These dies I have used probably more than any dies ever before in my life. I love this. And then that coordinates with the thanks in the stamp set. And then here's what I used for the butterfly. And if you haven't gotten these dies yet, they still are available. These are always while supplies last. So if you haven't gotten them and you're interested, I would encourage you to do that sooner than later. And let me give you the information on those. So they're called Thanks and Beyond. They're $12 and they're item 164397. You do need to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber to order the dies. Okay, so that is my first sample. And I used pretty much everything in the kit. The only two things I used was these basic white pieces. All right, here is my next one. And on this one, I did cut the card in half because I had this back. And I mounted on basic white cardstock. And then I turned the green sprigs around and just showed the white side. And then I've got all kinds of the little vellum in here. And then the rest of it, I've got a piece of vellum here. The heartfelt thanks comes from the Paper Pumpkin kit, not last month, but the month before, I believe. So it came from April. And everything else was from the kit. Oh, I did, the circle is actually, I die cut that with, and that's Summer Splash. All right, and here's another one. And on this one, I just added the basic white die from the Thanks and More, or Thanks and Beyond die set. Yeah, Thanks and Beyond dies. And again, I cut the card base down and mounted it on the basic white. So I cut the card base at 4 by 5 1/4. And then I just tucked those little peaches in there. All right, here's another one, and this is the peach pie one. And this one, again, I did cut the card base down. And then I had just a couple dies, and I stamped directly on this, the thanks, instead of die cutting it. I just wanted to see how good that stamp would come across on the paper. It's very bold, and I love it. It stamps really nicely. All right, here's another alternate where I cut that layer down, added some peach pie ribbon. So those of you that participated in my N Color Ribbon Club, you've got lots of ribbon to use, and it goes great with this kit. And then I love the shimmery sentiments that were included. And then again, I cut that from the Thanks and Beyond dies. Here's another one. So I used some basic white and die cut that. And then this is die cut too from the same thing. And I just actually, this is right from this layer. And then I popped it up with some dimensionals. And again, this is the peach pie, and it's just on some basic white cardstock. All right. This one, again, I cut the card in half. Really stretched this kit out and added a little bit of the Summer Splash ribbon. And then a couple of the lemons. And here's that Summer Splash ribbon again. And then these were all used, cut with punches or dies. I had a bunch of cherries left over. All right, and here's my last one. And this is the butterfly from the Thanks and More, or Thanks and Beyond dies. And then I used, so I got to be honest with you, I didn't really care for this color combination. So you can see that I brought that little die, or that little cutout, in on the Pretty in Pink. I think it looks a lot better on there. Maybe it's just me. And then this is from last month's, the sentiment from last month's Paper Pumpkin kit. So I kind of did a lot of things with the quarterly. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got 12 cards out of the kit. Is that right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it was supposed to make 9. I got 12. And I could have stretched it a little bit more if I would have cut those originals out. But I always like to show exactly what it looks like. Now, here's a couple of things I noticed. These guys, you got to use like a pokey piece, so your little tool will work really well for punching out these little guys. You got to be kind of patient with them. they were sticky, so I used that to punch that stuff out. That worked pretty well to get those little pieces out. Paper piercing tool. There. Okay, let's see, what else? So next month, refill kits are available right now for these. They came out a couple days ago, and they are $12. So the Life is Sweet refill kit, $12, item 165002. And again, those are always while supplies last, and available only to Paper Pumpkin subscribers. Now, next month, we have a new quarter. So we have new quarterly dies, and they're called Every Celebration dies. And they are item 164991, and they are $12 as well. Next month's kit is called Painted Petals, and it looks beautiful. It is coming in a specialty box. These are the dies that will coordinate with the next quarter, and there are 3 of them. There's this one that looks like a floral, and this is going to coordinate with the July kit. So I'm thinking we're going to get a stamp that looks like this. This looks pretty, and then you'll be able to die cut it. And then there's the words hooray, and then there's a leaf. Each one of these dies is designed to coordinate with each one of the months. So this is July, and I don't recall which ones these are, but I'll announce that later on. These dies are available while supplies last, and what I've been finding is that these dies are really useful, not only with the Paper Pumpkin kits, but with my other supplies. So let's talk a little bit more about the Painted Petals kits. It's going to create 9 cards, 3 designs, and the colors are Calypso Coral, Gray Granite, and that's what the ink spot will be, Melon Mambo, Mossy Meadow, and Old Olive. If you look on my Facebook page, you will see what the box looks like. It looks gorgeous. I have it on my Paper Pumpkin Facebook page, and I also have it on my business page, Flying Stamper with Deb Naylor. So you can look in either spot. And I also posted it on my blog a few weeks ago when they announced information about the kit. So 3 different places to figure it out. If you are not a current subscriber and you want to get this specialty box, you need to do that by July 10th. Okay, that is it for this month. I hope you guys are having a really great summer. I am. Even though we've only had summer for 2 days, we've had really pretty nice weather here in the Pacific Northwest. And we've been doing some traveling. Last week we were in Arizona, and it was a little hot there, but it was sure nice to see the sun. And we're getting ready to make a beach trip real soon, so you might see some beach pictures soon. All right, you guys have a great rest of the month. If you have any questions about Paper Pumpkin or any other Stampin' things, feel free to reach out. Take care. See you next time.